there, I am Anna Wild, the Birth Whisperer, creator of the Loving Heart Gentle Birth e-course and your guide towards a better next birth. It is my deepest wish that you recover your birthing confidence and that you can birth again feeling safe, supported and happy. To start with, please note, I'm really pleased to share the knowledge that has helped me and countless mothers have good births. However, I don't have the right answer for every person. Take what intuitively feels helpful for you. Don't just believe me, test things out for yourself. Be open and explore what makes a better birth for you. Follow your own guidance and above all, be kind to yourself. So today I want to share 3 tips about how to stay in charge of your next birth, especially when the last one was out of control. As a therapist, one of the things that my women clients say most often after they've had a previous traumatic or difficult birth is that they felt like the experience was out of control or they felt out of control. And my own findings in working with others are echoed by research on birth trauma that a lack of control or loss of a sense of ownership of birth is a really common symptom of post-traumatic stress. And the women that I've worked with as clients therefore often say that for their next birth, one of the most important things for them is feeling more in charge and more in control and feeling like they own their birth. And so before I move on, I want to really define what being in control means in birth. In birth, feeling in control does not mean being uptight and controlling or forceful or bossy or authoritative, because what women say, what they really want is to feel in charge, empowered and having ownership. And it's really one of the great paradoxes of birth that in order to really let go and relax into the intensity that is birth, you first need to feel like you're emotionally safe and in control. And then once you feel like it's your birth, that you're the one in the center, that others will respect you and your ownership of your birth experience, then it is much easier to enter that more relaxed, trusting state that is so conducive to a positive and often more natural birth experience. So without further ado, let's get into the 4 tips that I suggest to stay in charge of your next birth. The first one is to set yourself up by having people around you who you really trust. Get really supported. Seek out a care provider who you feel like you're on a level playing field with, that they really speak to you as a person worthy of respect. Some women I've worked with feel unsupported by their partner or their husband, and either your partner, your husband needs to shift their attitude, or you need to choose someone else to be there to be your number one support person. Possibly a doula. I highly recommend having a doula because statistically the outcomes are going to be so much better and you'll feel more supported with a doula. And a care provider, and these are layers of support that you can put in place so that during your birth you're more likely to feel safe and trusting and able to surrender and let go into the birth. The second tip that I recommend is to, if you've had a previous difficult or traumatic birth experience, is to heal that as much as you can, because in that memory that is stuck in your mind and body, when you think about it, it's likely that you still have that tangible sense, almost physical, visceral sense of losing your power, of giving your power away. And in some way, you need to find a method or a resource that enables you to take back the power that you lost. And whether you do this yourself through journaling or through any form of creativity that helps you to transform those memories and feelings, or whether you need to work with a therapist who can help you heal that memory. There are so many amazing people who can help to transform memory, and that can really allow you to take the power back that was taken in that experience. The third tip that I want to share is that you be assertive. What this means is really knowing that your wishes and your inner knowing about this pregnancy are at least as important, if not more so, than any external opinion, any ideas that someone else might have about your health and your pregnancy and how this birth should go. That your own knowing, that your own knowledge of your body is so valuable. Start early in pregnancy and practice asking for what you want. I had one mother in one of the antenatal classes that I taught, and she found it really hard to ask for what she wanted. And over the process of the several weeks of the course, we really talked about having the ability to just ask for what you want during your birth, whether that be asking for the lights to be dim, or asking for someone to rub your back, or use certain words to support you. So many of us find it hard to feel into what it is we truly need in any given situation, and being able to just ask for it, knowing that we deserve it. And if there's one time when we really deserve unconditional support, it's when we're giving birth. There was another mother in one of my classes, and she said to me, and she had a really low risk pregnancy, and she was very healthy and looking forward to a positive birth. And she said to me, I'd really like to have a water birth, but my doctor just doesn't do them. She says she doesn't do water births. And like, honestly, whose birth is this? Is this the doctor's birth, or is it your birth? And if you have a care provider who says they just don't do certain things, like they only deliver your baby if you're lying on the bed, and they don't deliver babies when you're kneeling or happen to be standing up because that's the most comfortable position and the position you want to be in when you give birth, if they don't do that, then find another care provider, because it's your birth. There's one really easy way to check that the balance, the power balance between you and medical professionals, and specific medical professionals, like for example an obstetrician or a midwife, to check that that balance of communication and power is even, is to just close your eyes for a moment and think to yourself, where do I feel? How big do I feel in relationship to this person? Do I feel the same size? Do I feel bigger than them, or do I feel smaller than that person? And if you happen to feel smaller, which is very common in relationship with people of authority like doctors and teachers and lawyers and anyone who you might assume has more knowledge or valuable perspectives, or we've just been conditioned to believe that the doctor knows best, for example. It's so common to have a sense of being smaller. And if this is the case for you, then spend some time, lie down, relax, make some quiet space to yourself, and just spend some time imagining shrinking them down to size. Even if you imagine using like a remote control, and just imagine the person, imagine shrinking them down to size, imagine seeing yourself there and swelling yourself up, expanding yourself so that you're just a little bit bigger, because you just need to have the feeling that you're a little bit bigger than anyone who might tell you their opinions about how your birth should go, so that you can assess things from a more balanced place. So the fourth point, the fourth tip for having a birth in which you feel more in control, is that if special circumstances or complications arise before the birth, like for example you need to have an induction because your baby is slightly too big or because you're overdue, then do ask for second and third opinions. It is totally your right to get more information and to get another opinion. Don't stick to one doctor or midwife's perspective. Get more opinions. Really seek outside the square. And please remember that your care providers are really legally bound to honour your choices. as much as they need to honour their own professional guidelines and the official recommendations about what to do with someone in your situation, it's really a blanket-like approach. If plans need to change, do be flexible, but keep asking for what you want. How can, even though the birth is going to be different to how you wanted it, how can you still be empowered in that situation? And when plans change, be exquisitely kind to yourself and do whatever it takes to keep you emotionally and mentally connected to your support people and also to your baby. And always remember that no one can take away your capacity to respond to your own birth experience with kindness and compassion. And no one can take away the respect that you can have for yourself and for your own best efforts. So those are my 4 top tips to stay more in control during your next birth experience. If you have got some insights that you would like to share about being in control and empowered during birth, please post in the comments. I love it when people comment so that we can all learn from each other. And if you want to move towards a positive next birth and you still feel like you have some birth fears or issues or memories that you want to resolve, please contact me for a one-on-one session. They're awesome. We'll have a great time and clear some of the things that you do not need for your birth. And thank you so much for watching. If you have been inspired, then share this video because your voice and your sharing supports respectful childbirth for mothers and babies everywhere. Send this link to your friends, post on Facebook and sign up for more birth wisdom that I only share in emails at thebirthwhisperer.com.